जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। गोपीजना वल्लभ गिरिवराधारी। गोपीजना वल्लभ गिरिवराधारी। यशोदनंदन व्रजजनरंजन। यशोदनंदन व्रजजनरंजन। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपीजना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपीजना वल्लभा गिरिवराधारी। यशोदनंदन व्रजजनरंजन। यशोदानंदन व्रजजनरंजन। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे रामा राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे। हरे राम Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan Radhe. Jai Gaura Nitai, Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jagannatha Jagannatha Baladeva Jaya Subhadra. Jai Jai Prabhupada 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 Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol. Jai Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Stotra Sata Shri Srimad Divine Grace Shri Abhay Charanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Stotra Sata Shri Srimad Divine Grace Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जाए. श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जाए. ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की जाए. नवद्वीप श्री मायापुर धाम की जाए. पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जाए. गंगा माई यमुना माई की जाए. वृंद देवी तुलसी महारानी की जाए. श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जाए. Srila Prabhupada Transcendental Book Distribution की जाए. The Most Merciful Lordship Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Ji की जाए. The Most Merciful Lordship Shri Shri Gaunithai की जाए. The Most Merciful Lordship Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani की जाए. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जाए. समवेत गौर भक्त बंद की जाए. निथाय गौर प्रेमानंदे. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Shaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttamasloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 25, entitled The Characteristics of King Puranjana, text number 13. Saekada himavato dakshine svatasanushu dadarshannavabhirdvarbhi puram lakshita lakshanam saekada himavato dakshine svatasanushu dadarshannavabhirdvarbhi puram lakshita lakshanam saekada himavato dakshine svatashanushu 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 dadarshannavabhirdvarbhi puram lakshita lakshanam. Shri Shri Gaunata, Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Ji, Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki jai. Any Matajis? Saha, that King Puranjana, Ekada, once upon a time, Himavataha, of the Himalaya mountains, Dakshineshu, southern, Atha, after this, Sanushu, on the ridges, Dadarsha, found, Navabihi, with 9, Dwarbihi, gates, Puram, a city, Lakshita, visible, Lakshanam, having all auspicious facilities. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Once, while wandering in the city in this way, he saw on the southern side of the Himalayas, in a place named Bharatavarsha, India, a city that had 9 gates all about and was characterized by all auspicious facilities. Please repeat. Once, while wandering in this way, he saw on the southern side of the Himalayas, in a place named Bharatavarsha, India, a city that had 9 gates all about and was characterized by all auspicious facilities. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The tract of land south of the Himalaya mountains is the land of India, which was known as Bharatavarsha. When a living entity takes birth in Bharatavarsha, he is considered to be most fortunate. Indeed, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has stated, Bharata Bhumite Haila Manushya Janma Yara Janma Sardhaka Kari Karapara Upakara. Thus, whoever takes birth in the land of Bharatavarsha attains all the facilities of life. He may take advantage of all these facilities for both material and spiritual advancement and thus make his life successful. After attaining the goal of life, one may distribute his knowledge and experience all over the world for humanitarian purposes. In other words, one who takes birth in the land of Bharatavarsha by virtue of his past pious activities gets full facility to develop the human form of life. In India, the climatic condition is such that one can live very peacefully without being disturbed by material conditions. Indeed, during the time of Maharaj Yudhishthira or Lord Ramachandra, people were free from all anxieties. There was not even extreme cold or extreme heat. The 3 kinds of miserable conditions Adhyatmika, Adi Bhautika, and Adi Daivika, miseries inflicted by the body and mind itself, those inflicted by other living entities and natural disturbances, were all absent during the reign of Lord Ramachandra or Maharaj Yudhishthira. But at present, compared to other countries on earth, India is artificially disturbed. Despite these material disturbances, however, the country's culture is such that one can easily attain the goal of life, namely salvation or liberation from material bondage. Thus, in order to take birth in India, one must have performed many pious activities in a past life. In this verse, the word Lakshita Lakshanam indicates that the human body attained in Bharatavarsha is very auspicious. Vedic culture is full of knowledge, and a person born in India can fully take advantage of Vedic cultural knowledge and the culture system known as Varnashrama Dharma. Even at the present time, as we travel all over the world, we see that in some countries, human beings have many material facilities, but no facilities for spiritual advancement. We find everywhere the defects of one sided facilities and a lack of full facilities. A blind man can walk but not see, and a lame man cannot walk but can see. Andha Pangu Nyaya. The blind man may take the lame man over his shoulder, and as he walks, the lame man may give him directions. Thus, combined, they may walk, but individually, neither the blind man nor the lame man can walk successfully. Similarly, this human form of life is meant for the advancement of spiritual life and for keeping the material necessities in order. Especially in the Western countries, there are ample facilities for material comforts, but no one has any idea of spiritual advancement. Many are hankering after spiritual advancement, but many cheaters come, take advantage of their money, bluff them, and go away. Fortunately, the Krishna consciousness movement is there to give all facilities for both material and spiritual advancement. In this way, people in the Western countries may take advantage of this movement. In India, any man in the village, unaffected by the industrial cities of India, can still live in any condition and make spiritual advancement. The body has been called the city of nine gates, and these nine gates include two eyes, two ears, two nostrils, one mouth, a genital, and a rectum. When the nine gates are clean and working properly, it is to be understood the body is healthy. In India, these nine gates are kept clean by the villagers who rise early in the morning, bathe in the well or rivers, go to the temples to attend the Mangalarati, chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and take prasada. In this way, one can take advantage of the facilities of human life. We are gradually introducing this system in different centers in our society in the Western countries. One who takes advantage of it becomes more and more enlightened in spiritual life. At the present moment, India may be compared to the lame man and the Western countries to the blind man. For the past 2000 years, India has been subjugated by the rule of foreigners, and the legs of progress have been broken. In the Western countries, the eyes of the people have become blind due to the dazzling glitter of material opulence. The blind man of the Western countries and the lame man of India should combine together in this Krishna consciousness movement. Then the lame man of India can walk with the help of the Westerner, and the blind Westerner can see with the help of the lame man. In short, the material advancement of the Western countries and the spiritual assets of India should combine for the elevation of all human society. Om Ajnanatiminandasya Jnanjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vancha Kalpatarobhyasya Kripa Sindhubheva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabho Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim Yatkrupatamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinatharinam. You know, there are certain people in this world who are called visionaries. They have a vision for this world. And many people may have that visionary uh, ability, but factually pointing out to the assets of the human society and giving them direction to use those facilities to perfect their life, only a self-realized Acharya can do. So when we read this purport, we can see Srila Prabhupada's heart is coming out so much to see that this human society takes the full benefit of the facilities that God has given to them and make their life perfect. So in this verse, as Narada Muni was speaking to Prachina Barhishat, he's actually giving him story of a person named Puranjana. Puranjana means a man who is living in a pura. He is called Puranjana. And the pura that he is living in is a pura of 9 gates. Pura means city. So city of 9 gates. So he is called Puranjana. So we can understand from this allegory, as the Acharyas explain, that Puranjana is none other than us, because every body has 9 gates. So every person, every jiva who is living in this body is called Puranjana. So this story is not about others, this story is about us. Now in this allegorical story, Narada Muni is saying that this man who was in search of happiness all over the world, he did not find a proper place. Similarly, each one of us, we search for happiness outside. And we don't get happiness outside. Even if we get happiness, that is only temporary. But after some time, we get frustrated that there is no happiness outside. There is no love outside. Then one starts searching inside. So similarly, this man in this story, Puranjana, was searching for the perfect facilities for complete happiness, and he did not find anywhere except in one place, and that one place is southern side of Himalaya, which is known as Bharatavarsha. So both in allegory as well as in realistic situation, you can see that these facilities that are there in India are the greatest. So one is, we are going to discuss about the facilities that are available in India, as Prabhupada has mentioned in the purport. And also we have to see, Prabhupada also mentioned about the facilities that are available in this body, human body. So both are discussed by Srila Prabhupada in this purport, very elaborately. What are the facilities required? The number of facilities required is determined by what goal we have. Because facilities and goal, they go together. If you don't have a very high goal, even if the facilities are given, we will not be able to use it properly. Suppose if a man does not know the value of a diamond, he may use the diamond and wash his clothes as a scrubber. But that is not the best usage of the diamond. Similarly, if we don't know the purpose of life, we may not be able to use the facility of human form to the best of its capacity. So that is why the most important question that one should always think of and one should always meditate upon is, what is the goal of life and what is the goal of mine? Yes, the goal of life for everyone is there, but how do I reach that goal? What is my path that I must take to reach that goal? But one must have a clear idea about what is the goal of life. So if you ask this question to anyone, the goal of life is to become happy. Everyone will say this. All facilities, all kinds of endeavors are made to simply become happy. Who does not want to be happy? Everyone wants incessant happiness, unbroken happiness. Everybody wants. But only thing is that we do not have a clue of how to get such happiness. We are searching. We are experimenting. Maybe if I get this, I will be happy. Maybe if I go there, I will be happy. Like this, we are experimenting with various things and various places and with various persons. But still, we are not getting that happiness. Just like Puranjana was searching after. So finally, he found the all best facilities in the south of Himalaya, that is Bharatavarsha. So, Srila Prabhupada is saying, India is such a wonderful place. The birth in India is considered to be the best and highest. It is said that it is just one step before going into Vaikuntha. That is what is India's birth in India is. Just one step. Because, first of all, human birth itself is very rare. Durlabham Manusha Janma. But in that human birth, if you get birth in India, you are considered to be most fortunate. But what happens is, even though you may be very fortunate, if you are not told about your fortune, you will not be able to get full benefit of that fortune. Suppose, let us say, just to give a modern contemporary example, you have a lot of money in the bank and you have been given a debit card and you don't know the PIN number. What will you do? You will not be able to much take benefit of this because you don't know the PIN number. But if you know the PIN number, then you can draw as much as you want. So it is like that. We are all given this great human birth, but we do not know the value of it. So because we do not know the value of it, we are just going here, going there, trying to, take help of the Westerners, trying to beg this person, that person, try to work here and there. All kinds of anxieties that we are going through, not knowing that what is this human birth meant for, what is this birth in India is meant for. So with one statement, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has made it clear, because the Lord is the dharma giver, or dharmastu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. So he has given in one sentence the light for all the Indians. Bharat bhumite hoila manusya janma yar, janma sardhaka koro paropakar. That anyone who is born in India, they must use this birth in India for perfecting their lives and for assisting others in perfecting their lives. That is the mission statement given to us by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Srila Prabhupada has proven it. He had proven it How Prabhupada had said, if one Indian can do this much, if every Indian takes this instruction of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how much can be done to this world? Actually true, one Indian like Prabhupada, how much he has done. And that too at a very advanced age of 70 years, he has practically brought revolution in this world. Given the highest goal, shown the highest goal to people for their ultimate happiness. And if one Srila Prabhupada can do this, not that everyone can become like Srila Prabhupada, but one can be inspired by the life of Srila Prabhupada and see if this is not only limited to Prabhupada. If anyone puts full faith in the instruction of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they will get the same empowerment. It's just that we have to have full faith in the instruction. So, what is Janma Sardhaka Kori? Janma Sardhaka Kori is attaining perfection, that is through spiritual advancement. We must know that India has great spiritual heritage. What India has is the Vedic culture, Varnashrama Dharma, the Vedas, the culture of the tradition of respecting Brahmanas, studying Vedas, live in a simple dwelling, and spending time for spiritual activities than spending all the time for material activities. This is coming from generations for all of us. We may be imitating the Western countries by trying to hanker for material advancement, but generations together, people did not bother much about material advancement because they were self-satisfied. They were happy with whatever they have. Like Srila Prabhupada is saying that in a village, you don't need much of a facility to live on. A few cents of land, or with a cow, one can actually live happily with his whole family. You will not find that kind of a situation in Western countries. You go to Singapore, you go to any city in America, you cannot say that I just need a little land and one cow, I will be able to live. No, that is possible in India. The air in India, the vibration that you get in India, the freedom that you experience in India is completely different. People are going to the Western countries not because they're hankering for spiritual life. They're actually going there for making money. And after, the money-making program becomes so intoxicated. They become intoxicated by this money-making program. After sufficiently making money also, they will get stuck there. Because the greed for making money is so much. Hardly you find a person who makes enough money and returns to India and practices spiritual life. Because that is not the way it works. Because you get caught up in that web of making money. So the point is that you don't have to go to some other country to make money. In India, you can have enough facility for both spiritual as well as material progress. Material progress, Prabhupada said, did not progress, but material activities have to be stabilized or put in order, controlled. That is what Prabhupada has used the word. Material activities have to be controlled. Because if you let these material activities uncontrolled, then they will completely take over your spiritual time. Like it is said that we have 24 hours of time, and if you don't use these 24 hours of time properly, such as divide them into 8 years for this whole body, because body is more important for us at this stage of existence. We are only conscious of our body. So that is why everyone does not want to miss this bodily activities. That means at least 6 hours of sleep, 2 hours of cleaning the body and eating and all this. It anyway take 8 hours. And then 8 hours are meant for doing your material duties or your money making or maintenance, all of this happens 8 hours. 8 hours must be definitely kept for spiritual activities. So if this balance is missing, what happens? If one is intoxicated by the money, that 8 hours which he is supposed to spend for spiritual cultivation will slowly dwindle and then becomes zero. So that is why today we are having people who are working for 16 hours, 19 hours, 18 hours. They're even taking the time of the body also. They become sick, they become tired. It is called fena. Fena means, when the horse cart runs, then, the foam comes out of the horse. That is called parishrama. Parishrama, fena, papa. That is what is going on. That 8 hours of spiritual activity is completely gone. But if you increase that, if you at least come to the 8 hours, then soon you will understand that even these 8 hours do not have to be given. These 8 hours, as time progresses, that means when one comes to the age of 50 or 55 or whatever, then he understands enough of money that I've made, or enough of lalas. Let me take these 8 hours also and use them for spiritual practices. Just see as one recognizes the importance of what is to be done, his usage of time also depends. So in this way, that kind of outlook is easily available in India, because in India there are so many sadhus are there, so much of association is there. If you go to anyone, they will know something about Vedas. They will say some Vedavak, and they will repeat it, and immediately you get inspired by that, and then awaken to that understanding. But in the Western countries, you don't find something like that. Everybody is very busy, and they don't know why they are busy. Some years ago, it just occurred to me by a small instance, by one interaction with one rickshaw man. I went to Vrindavan, and there was some program, and then I attended the program. And from Vrindavan to Mathura Junction, I came by auto. And from Mathura Junction, not Mathura Junction, direct train junction, you cannot go by that auto. So outskirts of Mathura, there is a rickshaw stand. So auto rickshaw stand. So he dropped me in the auto rickshaw stand. And from there I have to take cycle rickshaw. So I took cycle rickshaw. So I sat on the cycle rickshaw, and then this man was taking me from the cycle rickshaw stand to Mathura Junction. So when he is cycling, I was busy with something in the phone or something. Then I said, "Jaldi jao, jaldi jao," I said. Then he said, "Saab, ye cycle hai, ye motorcycle nahi hai. It can only go with some speed. By the way, you city guys have this disease of jaldi jao. Why you have this disease? Why can't you plan properly and peacefully go?" See, I started late, took an auto rickshaw, everything jaldi jao, jaldi jao. I am driven by this passion. Because the more you live in a city atmosphere, the more everybody says, "I don't have time, crunch of time. Jaldi karo, jaldi karo, jaldi karo." Isn't it? Have you observed this? You will not find this in the people who are living in villages. They have ample time. What is the difference? The difference is that these city people think that they have to move on and on to make money, one after the other. They are pushed. There is an atmosphere. You are actually affected by an atmosphere surrounding you. And that atmosphere drives you crazy, pushes you. It doesn't make you think what you are going for, what you are doing. So this is the problem with the city atmosphere. Actually, Prabhupada did not suggest us to live in a city atmosphere unless we have a preaching engagement. Otherwise, it is very dangerous to live in a city atmosphere. Villages are the best, or forests are the best, in fact. But we cannot go to the forest, so we can go to villages. The point is that if you are living, even a rickshawala can inspire you, is what I am trying to say. A rickshawala was inspiring me, and then immediately I thought, yes, what he said is right. It is not a motorcycle, it is a rickshaw. How much harder he can, cycle the rickshaw. That means I have this mentality of pushing. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Where am I going? Why did I not plan properly? Why did I not start early? So that I can be peaceful and I can make others peaceful. So then I understood that this mentality has come from living in a city for a long time. That is how this mentality has come. So then we start pushing people, pushing people, pushing people. What is that push for? Go, make money. Go, make money. Although my push was not that, of course, because of Srila Prabhupada's mercy and devotees' mercy, the time is mainly used for practicing and preaching Krishna consciousness. But otherwise, those who are not in connection with devotees, what is their time meant for? So, the point Srila Prabhupada is making is this. India is a country where you get a lot of positive vibrations. The culture is so strong, where you get so many association of so many saintly persons. Practically, India is filled with saintly persons. But there is a problem. If you are not coming in contact with the right saintly person, you can be misdirected. Srila Prabhupada is pointing out the same. These so-called saintly persons, they go to the West, cheat people in the name of yoga, this and that, and they make a lot of money. Because, people have this expectation about mysticism in India. Everybody knows. It is said that even Jesus Christ came to India before he preached the gospel. He came to India. Many great personalities who were very influential in the West, they came to India, they had association of saintly persons, and they embarked their preaching of God consciousness in other countries. That is the greatness of India. The problem is that if Indians do not give the right thing, go to the West, and they are attracted by the glitters of the West, like some of these Indian Swamis, Indian Gurus, they go to the West only to make money, because there is a lot of money in the West. So teach some kind of yoga and then make a lot of money. So Srila Prabhupada, when he went also, these people, Western people, they were a little skeptical. They asked Srila Prabhupada, Swamiji, many people come here to make something. What have you come here to take? And Prabhupada's answer was that I did not come here to take anything, I have come here to give you something. And it was a surprise for them that Indians come to America to give, because their experience is Indians come to America for taking only. Which Indian goes to America, tell me, to give? Which Indian goes to America to give? Nobody. Everybody wants to make money in dollars. $1 is 80 plus rupees, 82 rupees. Wow, amazing, huh? $1 is 82 rupees. If you can make $10,000 there, it is like 8.2 lakhs in India. These are the people who are purchasing all, houses and sites. That is why the prices are increasing. Non-resident Indians, software fellows, Uh, so everybody sees in dollars only. So they did not believe that someone from India can come to America to give something. So first time they found that someone like Prabhupada came to give something. He had no interest whatsoever in American money or whatever. So see what Prabhupada is saying. Prabhupada is saying that if you have something very worthy, you exchange that with others so that both of you can go for a spiritual progress. And that is called Andha Pangu Nyaya. Andha Pangu Nyaya means the blind man and the lame man, they are cooperating with each other to find the ultimate goal of life. Actually, India has become lame not because India is originally lame. India has spiritual culture, no doubt about it. But why did it become lame? It became lame because of the foreign rule. These people plundered the Muslims and the Christians, or you can say the Britishers and the Babylonian society. These are the people who actually looted India's wealth, and because of which India has become a little poor. Otherwise, there is no poverty in India. And the people in India, even if they are poor, they're still happy. They're still happy. They take advantage of their poverty and they become Krishna conscious. So, but if you want to preach all over the world, you need definitely some wealth. So, that is why one has to cooperate with the Western society, take the Western facilities, take the Western money, but to give them spiritual culture. That is exactly what Srila Prabhupada did. The goal must be absolutely clear. One should not be attracted by the Western wealth and then become blinded. They are already blind. At least you are able to see. But if you are blinded by their wealth, then two blind men, where will they go? The blind man, two blind men, if they go, they will only fall in ditch. So similarly, the Indian man should not be bewildered by the wealth of the West and stop giving them directions, proper directions. The proper direction is to indicate them towards the ultimate goal of life, that is perfection in Krishna consciousness. So now that is about the facilities in India. There's much more we can speak. We don't have much of time. But we also have to discuss about the facilities that are there in this body, because we are talking about Puranjana. Puranjana found a place, and that place is this human form. And this human form has 9 gates. So what are the facilities in this human form? Srila Prabhupada is saying that in this city of 9 gates, you can be happy if these 9 gates are prakasha. Prakasha means if they are, what do you call, enlightened. If they are enlightened, then this body can be best useful for spiritual advancement. And what is the sign of enlightenment? What is the sign of these senses being enlightened? Srila Prabhupada says that if they are controlled, then any sense which is controlled is considered to be enlightened. Uncontrolled usage of senses will make that person crazy. That sense becomes useless, uncontrolled. And what are those senses? 9 holes he is talking about, specially. 9 gates of the body. 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, mouth, that is above the waist, and below the waist 2 holes. The reproductory senses and evacuating senses. It's totally these 9 gates. And all of us know by our own, a little bit of austerity, a little bit of regulation, if you practice, you know that how much that little irregularity will disturb the senses. Today, you know what is the highest problem in the humanity? Constipation. This is the highest problem. That means one hole is always giving trouble. And that one hole is giving trouble because of this hole. What is that hole? Mouth. If this hole is not properly used, then the other hole will give problem. Not only other hole, all the holes will get affected by this hole, one hole. And this hole, you can do two things with this hole. One is you can speak or you can eat. So both of them, if they are not properly done, then all the other holes have a lot of problem. So that is why our acharyas give the first instruction is vacho vegam. Your speech must be very, very controlled, appropriate, elevating, and pure. And without that, it's very difficult to control the other senses. Manasa, vacho vegam, manasa, krodha, jihva, all these vegas are very difficult to control unless this is controlled properly. So, there is a scientific way of taking full advantage of the assets that we have. That is, you take the asset tongue properly, use that asset properly, you can revive the other assets, even if they're dull. So, finally, what he's converging to is use this body properly. That means use these holes properly. Just like it is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, Ambarish Maharaj used all his holes properly. Savai Mana Krishna Padara Vindayor Vacham Sivaikunta Gunanu Varnane Karor Harer Mandira Marjanadashu Shrutim Chakarachyuta Satkato Dhaye Mukunda Linga Alayadarshane Drishav Tadbhrutya Gatra Sparshenga Sangamam Granam Chatatpada Saroja Saurabhe Srimad Tulasya Rasanam Tadarpite Padav Harer Kshetra Padanu Darshane Sirav Hrusi Kesha Pada Bivandane Kamam Chadasyena Tukama Kamyaya Yathottama Sloka Janashraya Ratihi. Such a beautiful description of how one can engage one's senses in Krishna's service completely. And thankfully, Srila Prabhupada has given us such an opportunity. Every day, all this is mentioned in these three slokas can be experienced if we are living in a temple. Every day. Every day, Mangala Prabhupada is saying how the people in India, they are so simple. Early morning, they wake up, they clean these 9 gates of the body, they go to the temple, they actually see the Lord, they sit and chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, they accept prasadam. The simple facility can actually completely make you fully perfect. It's a simple facility, and Prabhupada has created that facility for all of us. Even in the busiest states, even in the corners of the world, the girls, can you please not make noise? Please be conscious that the class is going on. Please speak. Don't speak. Do your service. Just yesterday I was somewhere in Brazil. I found one traveler was going to Brazil country to explore that country. And then in that country he found one Hare Krishna temple. In that Hare Krishna temple, there was Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra. There was a Brazilian pujari with a Yajnopavita and with dhoti kurta. And he was telling this man, you see, we have this Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra. I was stunned to see in some remote corner of the world, there is still Krishna's temple. Prabhupada's mercy is so widespread that still there are people who are totally atheistic. Such people also are converted, and they actually became devotees, and they are living in such difficult atmosphere. Also, they are practicing Krishna consciousness. If people in some remote corner of the world, they are practicing Krishna consciousness, what is our problem in practicing here? We we have innumerable facilities in comparison with them. They're surcharged, that whole place is surcharged with passion and ignorance. That you can see, all of the Western countries. But even in the most passionate cities of India, still you will find some solace. You go to Calcutta, it's a very busy city. Go to Delhi, very busy city. Go to Mumbai, very busy city. But still you will find culture everywhere. Everywhere ringing of the bell, you will hear. Some sloka chanting you will hear. Wow, amazing it is. So the whole idea is that Janma Sardhaka Kori Karo Parapakar, realize your good fortune, or great fortune in fact. And we are not sure, once we leave this body, whether we will be born in India, whether we'll be born in human form, both are not guaranteed. Even if you are born in India like a dog, what is the use? Or even if you are born as a human being in some Western countries, practically like a dog, what is the use? Both are useless. So this is a double bonanza for us. What is the double bonanza? You are born as a human being and you are born in India. Now let me add more. Even in India, being born in South India is much more auspicious. South Indians still carry some culture. They are not very eccentric. They are still balanced, South Indians. Well, I am not dividing the people. Don't make such conclusions. Prabhupada said in a very jovial manner that, all the great acharyas are coming from India. The Lord is born in the north, but acharyas were born in south. So, you are born in South India, much more auspicious, and you came in contact with Srila Prabhupada's mission. This is the ultimate gift that one can have. With all these assets, if we miss this opportunity to perfect our life, probably we will not get this opportunity anymore. Coming in contact with such a great personality like Prabhupada, coming in contact with a movement like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement, being born in India, South India, and as a human being. Ultimate facilities given. And you can't ask anything better than this. And if you don't utilize this, you will be lost. Then that city you will never get. You will go to city of hell. That is what Srila Prabhupada is waking us up to. Even Hanuman has to be told about his strength. Then only he crossed the ocean. Similarly, each of us have to know the facilities that are given to us. Human form, birth in India, coming in contact with great Acharya like Srila Prabhupada, and with all the modern facilities that we have. Modern facilities are like, with all these modern facilities, you can access spiritual topics very quickly also. You can see them as obstacles for spiritual life. You can also see them as advantage for spiritual life, whichever way you like to see it. Everything is fingertips now. You want to hear Bhagavad Gita, you just have to go to an app and then just touch. You'll get to hear Bhagavad Gita. Of course, that doesn't mean that you totally depend on this YouTube and all this. These are all meant to take us to an advanced personality to become a disciple. Otherwise, simply depending on YouTube gurus, you will become only YouTube Purugu. That's all. That is not the ultimate goal. All right. So these are some of the points. It was such a wonderful purport that Srila Prabhupada has written. His heart was coming out in this purport. How much he wanted that the wealth of the West and then the wealth of the East should be combined together to actually give great opportunity for human society to make spiritual advancement. So these are some points. Anyone has any question, comment? Okay, no questions? No questions? Can someone switch on the mic and give me?
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Yesterday also, so in some other Raj Bihari Prabhu's class, I asked Raj Bihari Prabhu's class, I asked the same question, Prabhuji. What is your opinion regarding this Chandrayaan 3, Prabhuji?
Let's not discuss about that. Let's discuss something what is discussed today, what is spoken by Srila Prabhupada.
With machines, it is not supported.
Chandrayaan, Suryayan, all these yans will go on. But what is the benefit for human society is what Srila Prabhupada said. If there is a benefit, that's fine. You can do any yan. Actually, we should do Vaikuntha yan.
Why couldn't
Yeah. This,
That's not our goal, Prabhuji.
our goal is we have to get into Goloka Express.
Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I'm from Dubai.
Hare Krishna.
We have in Dubai Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya early in the morning.
Uh-huh.
In the evening we have
Bhagavad.
Bhagavatam also in the evening, and we have on certain days Bhagavad Gita also. And because we have these facilities there, I'm very much attracted to this place. So and because I have to live there, I have to work also there. So is it a right way of my life to stay there and be in touch with all these things regularly and work there, or I should leave all this and come back to India? I'm 75 years and I'm still working. Yeah, Hare Krishna.
You know, it is really very interesting
Yeah.
that some of our, young people in India, they, so much we try to bring them to Krishna consciousness, they escape. And they go to West. And they get caught by the devotees there in the West. For many people's case, it happened like that. Those who are not so serious in India, when they go to the West, they become serious somewhere. We have one devotee, his son, was not interested much in Krishna consciousness, but he went to some I think, very cold country. There he found devotees are coming to his house, using his house left and right for storing books and book distribution, Harinam Sankirtan. He is helplessly, but accommodate them. And slowly, what happened? He got attracted. Because his father is a devotee, his brother is a devotee, he became very happy. At least if I did not become, devotee in India, but in this Western country, I became a devotee. And his father was also very happy. The point is, thanks to our Krishna consciousness movement, Srila Prabhupada's followers, they are spread everywhere. Wherever you go, they will catch you. So whether if it is Dubai or Muscat or this, even if it is Far Eastern countries, any country you go, there will be someone. Ghana, Somalia, I told them Brazil, somebody went there, they got caught in ISKCON temple or Krishna conscious devotees. So if the point is whether you are living in India, whether you are living in the other countries is not the point. The purpose of living in India is to practice Krishna consciousness. Suppose if you are able to do that in the Western countries or in Dubai and other places, I think there is a strong association there, right? In fact, there is much stronger association than here, because in India a lot of freedom is there. There, a lot of fear is there, isn't it? So Friday they have all inside program, isn't it? They have indoor Radhayatras. We have outdoor Radhayatras, they have indoor Radhayatras. So they are much more careful in protecting their Krishna consciousness, because the environment is not very friendly there. Here environment is very friendly. Any Tom, Dick and Harry can do any damn thing and still call it as spiritual. So it has become such a worse thing in India. So, and even if you are making money, let us say, now I see that you have crossed your retired stage also. What will you make money for now? Give your full life, whatever remaining life that you have. If you devote it to Krishna's activities, either using your experience in preaching and bringing people to Krishna consciousness, or chanting more, hearing more, that is the perfection of life. I know, you're trained there.
Yeah. We are also doing preaching because they encourage us to preach, because I'm already a Dikshit with Jai Patak Maharaj. So
I
they
know.
tell us that, our main, Uddesh is to, do preaching and do seva there. So that is how we lead our life there. Though we earn, but, we always contribute
I know.
something for the Krishna
I know, I
consciousness.
know.
Yeah.
I know very well that how all of you contribute for the distribution of prasadam and for organizing programs.
And all the senior devotees, they transit that particular place,
I know.
Dubai, because
Yes.
while going and coming to all western countries, they stop over, they give a lot of knowledge, and it is very good environment there for practicing Krishna consciousness.
But still you have to come to India.
Yeah. Okay, Prabhu.
India
Hare
is
Krishna.
India.
Hare Krishna.
You
I'll
go there to
definitely
make
do that.
money, but Prabhupada, all over the world he went. But you know where Prabhupada wanted to leave his body? Vrindavan. So India is India.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Anything else? Thank you all very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Samved Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.